Vergil Ortiz is a beast, man. I told you. Vergil Ortiz is a beast. He's an absolute savage. This guy is a future star in the boxing game. Future star. He will be a household name. This is the guy to look out for. What a performance against Mean Machine Kavaliauskas. And I see people nitpicking out there. Oh, he could have done this better. He could have done that better. Man, I'm telling you, 18 fights in, 18 KOs. This guy is stepping up nicely, all right? And he's ready. He's ready. I'm not saying he will beat Terrence Crawford next year. It's not what I'm saying. You know how I am on Terrence Crawford. All I'm saying is he's ready. He's ready. Enough with the marinating. Enough with that. We get enough of that in boxing. It's refreshing to see a young guy coming up, not protecting his own and saying, you know what, I'm ready for the fight now. Just give it to me. And it's believable when he says it. I believe it. I believe it. The thing that I was most impressed with him against Mean Machine was the jab. The jab. There was a round where Mean Machine beat him in the round. I gave the round to Mean Machine, where Mean Machine actually out-jabbed him in that round. But you saw the very next round, I think that was the round where he had the 3 or 4 knockdowns. I believe 4 it ended up being, that he went right back to the jab and set everything up by the jab. And what happened was the jab is almost a power punch for him too. All right, he's snapping the jab. And what would happen was Kavaliauskas was preparing for the jab, so he feinted with the jab and then he threw the straight right, which is a thing of beauty. So he can throw the jab as a power punch. He can throw it to set things up. He can throw it as a measuring stick. He's not just the one-trick pony that they're trying to tell you he is. He's not a one-trick pony. He's not just a pressure fighter who's going to walk you down. He's not a caveman. All right? That's not him. This guy has layers to his game. He's complex. All right? It may not look that way all the time because he does get hit at times, and people make a big deal about that, but his offense is his defense. All right? His offense is his defense. Of course, you're going to get hit a little bit, and people are so used to saying things like hit and don't get hit and defensive fighters shouldn't get hit at all. That's not the case, man. Pernell Whitaker used to get hit. James Toney used to get hit. Guys get hit. And I'm not comparing him to them stylistically. I'm not comparing him to them as a great defensive fighter. What I'm saying is when you have that sort of style, you're going to get hit. All right. But look at what he lands and look at how he's landing it. All right. And look at the punch placement. It's not just he's winging away and throwing wide shots. He's tight, and it all comes back here. You saw it. His hands were up, tight. He was blocking a lot of shots, working behind the jab, walking them down. He would mix in the punches. Like I said, he would feint with the jab, throw the right. He would go upstairs and downstairs. It was just a thing of beauty, man. We're just so used to nitpicking guys, and it's easier to do when guys actually fight tougher competition, as this is a step-up fight for him, 18 fights in. But he's ready. He's ready. I'm telling you, this guy is a future star. And it's not only the technical ability that he has, the skill-wise, because people just think pressure fighters are caveman fighters, right? But there's a skill behind pressure fighters. Even if they look slow and methodical at times, even if they're getting hit, there's a skill behind it. And there's a skill behind what Vergil Ortiz is doing. But it's not just that stuff. It's the fact that he's entertaining. He's a likable, marketable guy. People are going to want to watch this guy because he throws punches and bunches. And this is the other thing. On top of the punch placement, because to be a great fighter, you have to have great punch placement. You see it with Canelo and you see it with Inoue. 2 great fighters with great punch placement. Terrence Crawford, another one. Speaking of punch placement, punch placement, punch placement. He's another one. But on top of that, he's a guy who can overwhelm you with combination punches and pressure. If he has to bring the pressure, he can do that. He can mix it up and box a little bit if he has to do that and slow the fight down if he gets hurt. But he's not just a guy who's going to knock you out with an overwhelming amount of shots. He's a guy who can also knock you out with one punch. He also has one punch power. So having a pressure fighter in front of you who can knock you out with one punch, has one punch power, he's a complex fighter, man. He's got layers to his game. He's going to be tough to beat. He's going to be tough to beat. So I don't think we're going to see Terrence Crawford next. You know how boxing is. They let stuff marinate. But I am looking forward to seeing who he fights next because I do think they'll step him up again. I don't think they're fearful of that. So Vergil Ortiz and Boots Ennis, those are the two future guys at 147, whether Boots stays at 147 and moves up to 154. But those are the two guys at the welterweight division that you're going to be looking out for. And I think they're cut from a different cloth than the welterweights we've seen the past 5, 6, 7 years who have been posturing and staying away from each other. I think we're going to get an exciting welterweight division in the next couple of years because of guys like this. Y'all hit me up. Let me know what y'all think. Vergil Ortiz is a savage. God bless. Peace.